throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there for the Niners.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit
Sometimes
better.
it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And just a yard to go here on second down. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. He's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center, because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with that's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you're going to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second and a yard. Lance, he's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Off of play action, here's Lance. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now play fake. Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Working from the gun, Lance. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Alec Ogletree. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Lance looking to throw it. Touchdown! That's caught. Brandon Ayuk. his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A huge play there for Chicago.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A give to Cohen. He heads right. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Here's Fields. Touchdown, Bears. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. Santos with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
A big play that time on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the a catch and run. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's Lance to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by Gold is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 6. Off play action, Fields. Rolling to his left. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give running left. It's Cohen. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because
he's got a man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Niners come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Gold to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 22, Fields into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On first down, Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gould with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On play action, Fields. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Benjamin. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have picked up right where they left off in half number one. Just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when team...
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the 49ers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Here's Fields. His hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here? And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Travis Benjamin, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gould with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
Forced out to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Pass rusher extraordinaire, D. Ford that time, getting the sack.
After the sack on 1st down,
Fields.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Steps away.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last year, up to make the play.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
58 to Mike, 58.
From the 40 now on 2nd down.
Lance, he'll get this to his running back, Benjamin.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
44.
Lance now on 1st down.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
112 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mostert. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, You don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
He'll buy some time right. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
They find some open field here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play there.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
In need of a conversion on third.